welcome to yet another video of Acharya Nidana Academy. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about the relation of Ushna Guna and its effect on the body. In the beginning of the this particular academy, we have learnt about the relation with the Shita Guna and its effect on the body. Today, we are going to discuss relation with the Ushna Guna and its effect on the body. Before going into the description, we need to know about some of the basic concepts that we need to concretize. The first, if you know about the physics, chemistry and biology and Ayurveda fundamentals, then we can have a deepest understanding of any of the concept. Second, when want to know about the deepest understanding, we need to practice the concept of minimalism. Minimalism means take one particular small topic and we have to learn from the multiple angles. For example, if you want to have the concept of dosha learning, try to have from the Rachana Sharira point of view and from the Kriya Sharira point of view, from the Roga Nidana point of view, from the Rashastra Vaishesha Kalpana point of view, from the Roga Nidana point of view, from Kaya Chikitsa point of view, from Shalya Tantra point of view. So like that, so from multiple angles we have to know about this particular concept. Then we can have a deepest understanding on that particular topic. Third, when you want to have a successful Ayurveda practitioner, first of all you need to have a strong understanding of Kriya Sharira. And when you know about the Kriya Sharira from each and every corner, then learning Roga Nidana, which is next level of learning, it is very easy. So when you know about each and every corner of Roga Nidana, then next level of learning, that is Kaya Chikitsa, will be very easy. In other words, if you are knowing about the physiology from each and every corner, then if you are knowing about the altered physiology from each and every corner, and if you know about the restoring the altered physiology, then the practice of Ayurveda will be very easy. Extended Kriya and Sharira is nothing but learning Roga Nidana. Extended learning of Roga Nidana is nothing but Kaya Chikitsa. So that is interlinked from one way to the next. That is how we should have a learning, that is from the known part to the unknown part. That should be the way of learning. Then we can have a lifelong learning on one particular topic. Fourth, so when you want to have any of the learning for longer time, first of all try to identify the patterns. Patterns in the sense that is repeatedly occurring observations. Suppose if you are knowing about the 10 different steps for any particular etiological factor entering into the body till the disease manifestation, then if you are knowing about the 3 or 4 steps, the 5th step identification is very easy. What will be the 6th step we can able to predict in future. So in that, for why it is necessary, we need to know about it to alter the patterns so that we can have a new pattern. Let us have an example. If a person is consuming the 300 ml of curds, that is having sour taste at night time, that is responsible for the increase of Pitta dosha there. If little bit amount of salt is being added and little bit amount of pepper is being added and little bit amount of green chili is added, so that is responsible for the increase of Pitta dosha to the still much more degree level. So that means much more extent there will be this increase of Pitta dosha there. So that means you have to check immediately, stop this particular consumption, that is pattern modification. Then we have to have a new pattern, that is consuming the curds or the not curds, it is buttermilk which is not having sour taste. Freshly prepared buttermilk will be ideal, or otherwise take simple amount of the simple warm water or hot water consumption is sufficient. So in that way you can have a new pattern creation. Next concept is no compromise will be dealt or will be entertained by learning Ayurveda fundamentals. And follow one particular mentor. So why it is necessary? Nowadays multiple millions of informations are available nowadays in the form of in the social media. That means, so it is very difficult for a true learner to go into one particular direction if you are not following that. Multiple directions in the sense they will be keeping their leg in multiple boats. So that means if you are keeping the leg on multiple boats, you are not going to move ahead. That is the reason follow one particular mentor. If you are following one particular mentor, you can identify what is past thought processes, present thought process, and future thought process can be predicted. Hence, follow one particular mentor. Then, if you are looking into the Ayurveda information, so go for Ayurveda information as a whole. And when you want to have a Western information should be learned as a whole. If you are doing that, then if you are try to link those info at multiple levels, if you are able to connect these info at multiple levels, then it is indicative that you are moving in the right direction. Hence, so you have to practice in that particular way only, just like railway track. Then the concept that we need to know about is we have to learn Ayurveda like learning a new language. New language, how we are going to learn? Most frequently used words are learned first, then less frequently used words, then less frequently used words. So in that way, you have to learn Ayurveda like learning a new language. Now, coming to the relation between the Ushna Guna and its effect on the body. So whenever if you look into the Ushna Guna, so that means it is nothing but the whatever the person is going to consume, that will be having the hot quality in that. So for example, the respiratory system the person will be inhaling the hot air itself. So because of the exposure of hotness on the cardiovascular system, that is actually responsible for the increased basal metabolic rate in all the cells, which is responsible for increased metabolite secretion or production, which is going to get circulated all over the body. In that particular sense, the blood circulation is going to get increased. So digestive system, that is the hotness into the digestive system, so that is resulting in the increased blood circulation there. Urinary system, increased urinary output, and integumentary system, that is increased blood circulation to the periphery. So now we are going to little more detail regarding the Ushna Guna and respiratory system. Whenever the person is inhaling hot air or warm air, what actually happens is, so that is actually responsible for the peripheral vasodilatation in the nose itself. So that means whenever there is increased peripheral vasodilatation, there is every possibility of the bleeding through the nose. That is what we can say epistaxis, or what we can say the rakta pitta, anasagata rakta pitta. So that means, so if a person is inhaling excessive amount of the hot air. So in the same way, whenever there is exposure on the the substances, that is hot air to the body itself, that is actually responsible for increased basal metabolic rate. So which in turn results in the generation of heat more. So that means the increased metabolite secretion as well as increased heat production, both are responsible for the increased blood circulation to happen in the capillaries. From there it will be entering into the intravascular compartment. From there it will be entering into the urine, so that the more and more amount of the heat that is going to eliminated via urine, plus even that is going to get eliminated via sweat. So as far as the digestive system is concerned, when you say about digestive system, so whenever person is consuming hot substances, or when you say that the substances prepared out of chili, etc., which is having Ushna Viryata. So that is actually responsible for the increased blood circulation to happen in the alimentary canal. What we can say, there may be a possible inflammatory reaction. When there is inflammatory reaction, naturally that is indicative of increased the blood circulation towards those inflamed parts. So which in turn may be responsible for either excessive peristaltic movements, or there may be a possible excessive reverse peristaltic movement, which may result in either vomiting or diarrhea. As far as urinary system is concerned, so because of the increase in metabolites, specifically the creatinine is considered to be eliminated via urine itself. In that particular sense, the increased urinary output may be possible. As far as integumentary system is concerned, so the specifically hot air that is resulting in the peripheral vasodilatation, so in turn results in the more and more sweat production, svedadhikyata, wherein the heat also going to get eliminated via sweat. So this is what we have discussed it. The Ushna quality in terms of respiratory system, the hot air will be entering into the nose, thereby peripheral vasodilatation we are going to expect in the nose, resulting in the nasal bleeding. Cardiovascular system, when you consider that more and more basal metabolic rate is going to get increased, which is responsible for the increased metabolites production as well as increased generation of heat. So which is again results in the increased vascularity, so which is adding more burden towards the cardiac pumping, thereby the more and more the blood supply to the kidneys as well as the skin that is going to get happen, results in increased urinary output as well as increased sweat production. As far as the digestive system is concerned, the person may have the inflammatory changes that is happening in the stomach. Why stomach only? So whenever the person is consuming the food substances, initially the food will be that is remaining in the stomach for a period of almost 2 hours. That is the reason initially the inflammatory changes will be happening in the stomach region. So as there is the inflammatory changes are happening, if they are happening very rapidly, so that is resulting in the reverse peristaltic movement, thereby the person may have the vomiting. If the inflammatory changes are slower, then there may be a possibility of these irritating substances, that is the Ushna quality substance, they are going distally through the pyloric antrum, thereby increased peristaltic movements may happen in the lower alimentary canal, results in the diarrhea. As far as urinary output is concerned, that is increased urinary output is possible because of the increased metabolites. There are certain substances which are considered to be eliminated only via urine, such as creatinine, so that is resulting in the increased urinary output. As far as the Ushna Guna quality, that is actually responsible for the integumentary system, which is resulting in the peripheral vasodilatation, thereby the person may have excessive sweating. So the take home messages from today's discussion will be increased Ushna Guna that will lead to increased vascularity towards the exposed part as well as affected part, and there may be a possible increased basal metabolic rate in all the cells, which is resulting in the liberation of energy as well as liberation of heat. And the impact of the on the human body, that actually depends upon the degree of temperature that is in the surroundings of the environment. That's all for today. If you are liking this particular video, then what would be the info that you would like to have in the coming session, mention below. And if you want to add some more, what are the major key takeaways, mention below. And if you are truly liking the video, then send this particular video to maximum true Ayurveda learners so that we can make the huge movement out of this particular small message. That's all for today. Thank you.